Have a nice time, dear friends. We are continuing our Essentials of Project Management Activity course, and the second topic, which has the title Team Building in Project Management Activity, Project Environments Components Evaluation, will provide to us the field for the discussion on actually the structure and institutional procedure of getting the efficient project management team. For sure, here while we are talking about the team, we are talking about the communication. So that's a most important way which we supposed to study on. That's actually the way how to communicate with ourselves, with our group members, and of course with outside world, with the environment. And for sure the project environments components evaluation will give us a new approach. We will continue because you are in the good shape while you are writing vision and mission of your project. We were discussing that at the practical classes, and right now we are starting to understand the environment in which our project will supposed to be implemented. So this agenda of our course, agenda of our class will have three main questions. Team integration in project management, as we can see, as we can understand from the theory of the management and from the theory of the public communications. Social psychology is supposed to create the environment for the integration, and for the team integration and the project management it's important. And it's crucial for understanding and to face each other. The project manager's sphere of influence, that's our second question, because here we will concentrate on the practical field. What does mean the influence of the project managers and the way how the project managers can come to the solution of the problems which arrived every time, and a changing position inside the project and outside the project environment. And for sure, the third question will provide to us the stuff for the further researches and for actually monitoring of the environment in which we are getting to implement the project itself. So let's see, and let's start from the first question, team integration in project management. What does mean the project team? The project team, as we have understood from our discussion during the practical classes, that's a group of the people who have the common state of the goal, common vision on the project itself, and common understanding on the way how the mission is supposed to be realized. So the project team includes the people who are responsible. Actually, responsibility, that's one of the principles of the participation at each and every team, and especially at the project team while we are talking about the result. And such a responsibility is supposed to relate it not just with the communication, not just with the personal integration, but also conducting tasks and completing deliverables on a project itself and complete the program step by step. Actually, we have started about the time modulation, the increasing of the time modulation efficiency, and we will talk about that next our lecture. Project teams vary by social sphere and project type. It depends, of course, the type, the vision of the project teams, but still it has what has it in common. That's the structural, the main idea to have a common goal, and companies recruit the proper team members with expertise to conduct the work. Here we can actually cancel the word companies to the project team of your student group, and here what does mean expertise? That's of course to have certain amount of the knowledge which can be helpful and which can be useful for the completing of the goal of the project itself. That's why the sort of the expertise searching and the implementing those ideas and those knowledge to the project conduct. That's important for each and every organization, for our project team as the student group. This is a term that is by far the least human of all project management terms. Resources are the people who do the work on projects, and here you remember we have discussed there are four types of economic resources. Somebody adds this fourth type as the information. So once more, the labor, the land, and the capital. In here we are getting the transmission of this idea to actually the project management. And here the people are resourced to do the work which have been implemented to the project and conduct the stuff of the revising if we are talking about the leaders. A better term here would be staff or team, but for some reason we revert back to this term which is called the team. You'll see or hear about resourcing plans, and I guess you have known about the budgeting plans. Here we are talking about resourcing plans as in connection to the labor field, as the connection to the team members of the project realization. And of course resourcing plans related with a huge amount of the visions and style of the managing the people, and sure the main important role of the leaders of the project team, that's actually to concentrate on the proper way of the psychological influence and the proper way of understanding the leadership, which are created, the resourcing plans, they are created to ensure that staff are properly assigned to projects and not being over or underutilized. We, I guess, all of us have the experience of underutilizing, and we couldn't find the proper way in the completing the project. And sometimes it's better to explain this to the team members, explain this to the leader if you have it in the project team. If you are the leader, of course, then I don't know what kind of system have you formulated if you are underutilized. Majority of the people, including me, we are overutilized with the task, overutilized with the time managing to be complete in the time. So that is why this term overutilized actually concentrated on the temporary approach over the team management, over the team building in the project management itself. So that's why we're supposed to make a reloading of the emotional and the expertise level. Technology is supposed to come to a little of amortization, so the same people, the labor, the project team supposed to have the time for the rest. A good way to keep a team tuned into potential risks, because we will face the problem of the risk at our next topic, but there are a list of the potential risks which we can see over our environment, over our social environment. The term risks, of course, are getting the origin from the natural sciences and also transform from economics into the project management. It's of course this understanding of the tuning the team over the potential risks, it's including a risk register. So this means people who are getting in stuff, who are getting in amount of the surrounding inside the team, they're supposed to get this risk register or a list of risk issues and mitigation plan in a regular status report to convert them into the milestones which you will check during the time management approach and time management implementation of the project. The role of the project manager is twofold when performing integration on the project. We are talking about the integration as the way not just from the leader but also from all project managers who are included into the team itself. Project managers play a key role in working with the project sponsor to understand the strategic objectives of the stakeholder, strategic objective of the person who are getting the budgeting of our project. And here the important for the project managers is to keep these risks of the sponsor, keep this risk of the person who are providing the budget for us as the aid term for the understanding the procedure on implementing the project, and pay attention to working. The role of the working with the project sponsor is one of the main responsibility of the special. I told you we're supposed to have an expert in the communication with the staff, like the sponsor and budgeting. And of course, the further go, we're supposed to ensure, the project manager is supposed to ensure the alignment of the project objectives and results with those of the portfolio, program and social areas of the stakeholders to which our project will and supposed to be implemented. Because this alignment this joint work, right, to ensure the joint work alignment, it will provide to us the common space for our project team and for the social areas, representative social areas institutions. And this way of the twofold of the project manager integration, project managers contribute to the integration and execution of the strategy which were implemented as the strategy of the project itself. Project managers are responsible for guiding the team to work together to focus on what is really essential at the project level. Each of the team members, as you remember, each of the project managers have certain specialization, certain type of the expertise, and such vision that we're supposed to every time to tune on the problems which we are an expert in, and tune on the whole team for the discussion and getting the inspiring of the technology which we are presenting to the implementation of the project. This is achieved through the integration of processes, knowledge and people, which is the most important in the process of the team integration for the project management. Several project management processes, such as the control scope process and the perform integrated change control process, may involve a change request. The change request is sending from the performance, is sending from the procedure of the implementation of the project to all members team, to all integrated team who are getting responsible for the certain part of the job and certain part of the technology which we can implement to our medical service project or to our social project related with the medicine. The perform integrated change control process occurs throughout the project for integrating change requests, and it's important the integrated change requests because it's correlated with the whole formation of the project and whole implementation spheres of the project. For sure, the stakeholders here, the perform integrated change control, is important part of the evaluation. It's important part of the risk evaluation over the performance of the project itself. The project manager should strive to become proficient in all of the project management knowledge areas. It's of course the quite ideal situation to become the total proficient at the whole spheres of the project management knowledge area, but that's one of the result of the certain expertise. We're supposed to have the team builder expert who will make the proficient list of such a proficiency in the certain spheres of the project implementation, which the members of the team, which the project managers can cover through the time and through the knowledge which they have. In concrete, with proficiency in these knowledge areas, the project manager applies experience, insight, leadership, and technical and business management skills to the project itself. Finally, if we are talking about the sphere of integration, it's through the project manager's ability to integrate the process in these knowledge areas that makes it possible to achieve the desired project results, which we have been implemented into our mission, which we were discussed during the practical classes, the way how to make the mission sphere of the project. Excuse me. An example is knowledge and people integration in the context of a large cross-functional project implementation involving multiple organizations. Here, of course, we are talking about the communication on the level of the projects which have the same sphere of interest, and cross-functional project implementation will help us to making the integration on the next level, not just inside the team of the project implementers, not just at the field itself, but also generally. If we are talking about the local sphere, if we are talking about the nationwide sphere, we will find the projects which have the same maybe title, maybe same goal, but will have different type of implementation. So that's why the cross-functional project involving multiple project representatives, that's important for the project manager's activity. Also, we can mention that the project manager considers the implications of this context in communications planning and knowledge management for guiding the project team to be open-minded and to make a liberalization approach over the style of the performing at the project level implementation. And for sure, the communication planning is also supposed to be done by the specialist, supposed to be done by the expert. And it's important to, of course, increase the knowledge, because I have mentioned to you this time become proficient, but we're still supposed to find the expert, especially at the communication planning procedure. At our time, the time when the creation of the team itself become more virtual, of course, on the front of the integration type became the virtual teams. The use of virtual teams creates new possibilities when acquiring the project team members. Especially while we were talking about the cross-functional project implementation, we also will face the virtual teams as the type of the communication procedure, as the type of the performing the structural idea of the project itself. The integration through the virtual teams, that's actually what we can do right now, what we are doing right now, and what will be in the future type of the project managers. Virtual teams can be defined also as the groups of people with the shared goal who fulfill their roles with little or no time spent meeting face to face. For sure, it providing the timescape for understanding the field better, not instead of spending time to get on the certain face-to-face meeting. For sure, there will be a negative and the positive type of the expertise over the virtual team's efficiency. One of the negative explanation here, meeting face-to-face provide actually the control of the emotions by the team members and also by the leader of your project team, which have been integrated into the virtual team. For sure, the positive side of the virtual teams will be, as I have mentioned to you, no time spending for the getting into certain place, because we can use this time to get just on the web to the special communication platform and make the virtual teams work on the certain problem. For sure, those who are making the positive implementation of the virtual teams will tell you that the face-to-face meeting has no sense today because it's not rational. It's not getting to the initiative project, it's not getting into the project implementation, because the result we can see over the schedule, the special schedule of the comparison of the mission goals and the result itself. And of course, those who are making the negative approach of the virtual teams will come to the position that the result's supposed to be check up twice, check up for 3 times, because if we will come to the virtual teams meeting with not real data, it will make the combination of the fail data over the result of the project in general. So that is why we can come to a certain conclusion over the team integration in the project management. First of all, the project managers are responsible for guiding the team to work on integrative base. On its sphere which we are specialized on, we're supposed to guide the other team members who are the project managers on the certain type of the implementation of the project. And as I have mentioned to you, the second conclusion, which is very important, a large cross-functional project implementation as a result of integration procedure between our team, between the team which implemented the certain project and the other cross-functional project which are implemented on other region or implemented on the other spheres. They are correlating with each other and they are making the common style of working, and it will help to understand the certain problem more wider. For sure, right now, as I have mentioned to you, the third conclusion, that's one of the most implemented type of the team integration, that's actually the virtual teams, as the group of people with a shared goal in the integrative policy of public management. So that's why the positive and negative sides of the virtual teams we will discuss based on the presentation and based also on that additional materials which we have been provided to you. So let's come to understanding of these conclusions and also to understanding that the team integration is the important for the formation of the team building in your project. Thank you for your attention.